Hi everyone, I'm Randy Unger, and this is Unger the Radar. And with me today is videographer Erica A. Hi Erica.
Hi Randy, thank you for having me back on your show.
Sure.
Today I believe we have two movies we're going to be discussing, but first I'd like to get into a little TV.
Sure.
So, last time unfortunately we didn't get a chance to discuss that Outlander returned on Starz. Jamie and Claire, our romantic ingenue, returned, this time in Paris, but this week Game of Thrones, everyone's favorite show, returned on HBO. All of the favorite characters that everyone loves returned back in their plots exactly where things left off last week. Not going to give anything away, but don't forget to catch up on last week's episode and this week's episode tomorrow night, Sunday. But now, I believe we have two movies, both period pieces this week, right?
Right. So first up, we've got Elvis and Nixon, starring Michael Shannon and Kevin Spacey. And it's about the historic encounter where Elvis requested to meet with President Richard Nixon back in 1970. And yeah, it's just a great film. Here's a clip. So that's Elvis and Nixon. You got Michael Shannon as the king of rock and roll, and Academy Award winner Kevin Spacey as the only president to ever resign from office. Erica, what'd you think?
Yes, Richard Nixon was the only president, but yes, I did enjoy it. I actually think, though, that clip doesn't do the movie justice. There was so much more to the movie than just the meeting. There was such a build-up and so many other characters as they moved through their storyline. But it was an interesting movie. I did appreciate the way the wardrobe was made and the hair. And from certain aspects, they did really embody the character they were playing, both actors did.
Yeah, no, it really did feel like you were back in 1970. And you've got some great performances, supporting performances from Colin Hanks and Johnny Knoxville, as well as relative newcomer Andrew Pettifew, who played Jerry Schilling, Elvis's right-hand man. So it was really an interesting movie. It was lighthearted, and it was actually pretty funny.
It was they threw in jokes that weren't too over the top.
Yeah.
The lighthearted humor as they move along, progressing through the story. I mean, I personally did not love the movie, but I do recommend it as a good movie, true to its plot, true to its setting, and true to the actual idea of who I believe these people might have been.
Right. And it is a strange movie, but the performances from Michael Shannon and Kevin Spacey are so far among the best of the year, I'd say.
Okay.
Okay, so the next movie we're going to talk about is called The Man Who Knew Infinity, and it tells the true story of mathematician Srinivasa Ramanujan, who from India travels to Cambridge, England, to study and work under G.H. Hardy, played by Academy Award winner Jeremy Irons. Here's a clip from Slumdog Millionaire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's where everyone knows him best.
Right.
In a great performance, I do think. I also
Terrific.
love the costumes and the period.
Yeah.
Though it's slightly contemporary, it's really almost like a historical piece now. And I enjoyed the movie a great deal. It combined two topics I do love, history and mathematics.
Right.
But it had such a story too, and just a beautiful setting. It goes to a little bit of India. I do wonder if that was sets though, or if that's the movie actually on location in India.
It felt a little bit of both, actually, and I think it's a brilliant film the way they captured that historic time period. And like you said, history is really represented well, and it's a beautiful thing shown on camera. You also have the beautiful on-screen chemistry with Dev Patel and Jeremy Irons, which you don't really see often in film. It was just also another lighthearted historical piece that really showcases the talent of two amazing acting talents.
And also it must have been interesting for Jeremy Irons, because when I think of him so often, he plays a clergyman between like Borges and even things like in The Man in the Iron Mask.
Yeah.
He's now playing a completely different role.
Right.
And he takes it on so believably. And the story builds up and you don't know quite how it's going to end.
Right.
And you keep thinking, oh, is that how it ends? No, it's a surprise. It keeps twisting. It keeps going. This is the movie I enjoyed better this week.
Yeah, okay.
What did you think?
I thought it was really amazing. You know, it was lighthearted, but at the same time, it had some heavy moments. And since it's a true story, you really get that sense that, wow, this really happened to this guy.
Well, it does have these heavy moments because you have the actual history going on side by side. You have all the buildup to World War I coming.
Right.
And then you have war going on and in England. And yet this is still going on. People are living their lives. Two people are trying to do math and solve their theory.
And it's great showcasing math, but not making that the central focus.
True.
It actually reminded me a little bit of Good Will Hunting
Yes,
in that
you
respect.
did say that.
Yeah, how mathematics wasn't the main thing. It was more about the personal relationships of the mathematical
And the
genius.
cultural relationship of two people. One person who is the type of character, or technically the type of individual of its time, that everyone expects to do well and succeed and achieve. And then you have this person that gets plucked out of India and comes with all this knowledge. And he has to really work to get himself taken seriously.
Yeah. It's, like I said, brilliant performances. Not exactly a feel-good movie all the way, but it is a decent film to catch if you're into that sort of historical drama with terrific acting. So that's it for our segment. Again, I'm Randy Younger, and this is Erica A.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you. And this is Under the Radar. Thanks for being with us. Here's a short commercial break.